Hey everyone, welcome to this Restoke tutorial. I'm going to run you through our incredible Invoices feature, where you'll be able to add and update inventory items into Restoke, action any price changes that we pick up from your invoices, and send your invoices to your bookkeeping platform. Let's jump in and see how it's done. On this Invoices page here, we have all our invoices that have been uploaded or sent into the Restoke platform. In this example, we're going to look at our fresh farm produce supplier invoice. On this invoice, below the review button, you will notice that there are two tags, price updates and new items, as well as a red flag on the invoice number. These are all indicators of potential updates needing our review. To start the review process, click Review and Send. The first screen here is the review page. You will see the purchasing information extracted from the invoice, like the invoice number, total, date, and due date. For this invoice, if the order was placed within Restoke, then you would have a matching order. In this view, we'll be able to add any new items or action any price updates that have been suggested into Restoke. To make the view more digestible, when reviewing any of these changes, you can use the filters at the very top here. Clicking New Items will only show us the new items that are being suggested for your review. The actions that you can take are found under the New Item drop-down menu. When you click this, it will offer you to add the item to your supplier basket, add the item to an existing substitution group for inventory tracking purposes. You can also match the supplier item if you decide that the item actually already exists in the system. This is important to avoid duplicates in your supplier basket, so be sure to use this feature where necessary. You also have the options to ignore this item or remove from invoice. Once you've completed reviewing your new item suggestions, you can then look at your price changes. Now under this filter, you'll see all items that have a suggested price change. For example, here with the tomato. We see that the last time we purchased this item at a price of $8 per kilogram, but this time round it is $12 per kilogram, a 50% increase in cost. This is a price change that we will definitely want to approve so that it reflects into our supplier basket and any recipes using this tomato as an ingredient, achieving live food costing. To action, simply click Approve. But if you disagree with the suggested price change, you can click Ignore. Also, if you notice that the price has indeed changed, but it has not been correctly suggested, you can manually amend the top price box and then approve. If there are items for which you switch between ordering UOM, for example, this avocado here, we sometimes order them by a bag, and sometimes just order a few as needed. You can click on this pencil icon here and set up or switch between those UOMs where needed. Once you're done reviewing any suggested changes, you can then filter by Show All. In this view, you will see all items that have been extracted from the invoice. You will notice that there are some items that are already highlighted in green. This indicates that they are matched to an existing item in your supplier basket. If for whatever reason you disagree with the auto matching, you can simply click on the tick and change the item's matching in the dropdown, or remove it entirely by clicking the X. If you remove it, the item will be treated as a new item for you to approve. Whilst going through, you will also want to double check the quantities and ensure these have been extracted correctly. If there are any adjustments needing to be made to the quantities, you can simply change the number in the quantity box like this. Once you are done updating any quantities, you can then click Update Inventory, which will then add these purchases to your live inventory. You can view that under the Inventory section. If there are any further quantity changes needing to be made, you can simply adjust and then click Update Inventory again. You will get an updated status confirming this change. Any changes to the quantity fields resets the button and allows for further updates. Once we've completed reviewing all actionable steps, you can see that all items will be highlighted in green. This indicates all items have been reviewed and are ready to be sent. Now, let's see how to send your invoice into your accounting platform. In the bottom right, click Review and Send. A new view will pop up, optimized with key fields to send to your accounting. All you need to do from here is double check that all fields align in terms of where it's going into your accounting platform. In our example here, we're connected to Xero, so I just would like to double check that my supplier in Xero has been selected from the supplier name dropdown and that I've picked the correct supplier and GL code. If you're processing your first few invoices, then you need to select these settings once for each supplier and items, after which Restoke saves every selection you've made and will auto-apply them going forward. If you want to send this invoice with line items so that you can apply different accounting codes, toggle this on. Otherwise, if you're just sending it to the one account and don't require line items, you can keep this off. Lastly, if the invoice you've uploaded is actually a receipt of payment and the payment has already been made, you can mark the invoice as paid and choose the corresponding payment account. You're all set, just click Send to Xero to finish it off. That pretty much covers it, guys. Thanks for your time.